So, hi all, I am Gabriel Gonzalez. I am software engineer at IBM, and today I will be presenting Collaborative Canvas, a tool for exploring LLM use in group ideation tasks. This work is the result of project taken on by our team in IBM research concerning human AI co-creation with generative models. So, motivated by the emerging use of generative AI within the design profession, we decided an environment that would be useful to designers in order to them can carry out activities related with the design thinking practice. As the designers usually makes heavy use of Mural, we initially explore using Mural's API to integrate generative capabilities, but we found that we were unable to prototype many types of interactions as we decided. So then we decided to build our own prototype. The prototype, that is the collaborative canvas, has basic features commonly found in short canvas tools, allowing users to join, interact, and manipulate sticky notes in real time. But the most important feature of the prototype is that it provides different ways to invoke a LLM to generate new content.
Sorry, I can't hear any.
Oh, you cannot hear?
Oh, you need to speak up a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
We have no room mic here. The mic is only for the remote speakers.
Oh, so sorry.
You could
Sure.
say-
Can you attach the mic so you don't have to hold it up?
Okay, thank you. And sorry about this. I normally I am behind the scenes, so this is not my usual work. So the first alternative that we have in the application to generate the sticky notes is using the GenAI capabilities within the short canvas. To access to this functionality, the users need to right-click on the canvas and select the option to AI note generation. After doing that, the users will see a modal window when they can introduce a prompt and the number of sticky notes that they wish to generate. Once that happens, the LLM will generate the sticky notes. And once that the sticky notes are created, the users will have the possibility to select the sticky notes. And doing that, a pop-up toolbar will appear, allowing the users to regenerate the generated content. For example, asking the LLM to write the notes, but with less text. The important thing to remember here is that all the notes that are created using this method will be public to all the users connected in the canvas. The second alternative that we have for generating the notes is a private panel for generating and selecting ideas prior to sharing. To access to this functionality, the users need to go to the top right corner, select the robot icon, and this will open this private panel. This provides a separate space for generate the notes to the users, and the users will have the control to what they want to share with the rest of the connected users. This alternative also provides a chat-like format when they can, when the users can view the chat interaction history between the humans and the AI. So previous research focused on the interaction between a single human with a generative AI application, but given the collaborative and real-time nature of shared canvas tools, new research questions arise around the role of generative AI in groups works. The questions that we are going to cover are, do people in a group find it useful to have an integrated generative assistant? That assistant, what role does it play within the group's workflow? And finally, how do people interact with the generated content? To answer these questions, we did a preliminary evaluation of the canvas. We did a study with 8 participants, 8 design professionals from our organization who often lead design thinking workshops. We divided this study in 3 different stages. First, we did a demonstration of how to use the canvas. Then we presented a task to the participants in order to them can play and interact with the tool. And finally, we did some questions to the participants in order to receive feedback, comments, insights about the role of generative AI within group works. Trying to answer the first of the research questions that we did about if the participants found it useful to have integrated generative assistant. The answer is yes. The participants found it useful to have the assistant. They use it as they think about the generative AI as a brainstorming starting session. And also they thought that would be useful to avoid lulls in ideas and help to maintain the workshop on track. About the role of the generative AI within the group's workflow, the participants saw the role of the AI not only being a content generator, but also can act as a facilitator, for example, helping cluster ideas by team, summarizing contributed ideas, or keeping workshops on track. About the interaction styles, how do people interacted with the generated content? Participants engage with the AI in different ways. Some participants initially explore their own ideas before to invite the AI to participate, and others started using directly the AI. The participants prefer to use the private panel for generate the sticky notes because they want to have the control of what they want to share with the rest of the user. And the participants use the sticky notes in different ways, using what the AI generated directly. This is without any changes, modifying the notes both manually or using the iteration features. The development of the collaborative canvas, as well as our preliminary study, I uncover new areas for explore around tool improvements and research directions. Talking about the tool improvements, the participants wanted to see a difference between the sticky notes that are generated with the AI from those that are generated by the users. They suggesting using special cues like icons or outlines to differentiate the sticky notes that were created by the AI. Also, the participants want to have a kind of control of the LLM. They want, for example, have temperature controls to have some control over the LLM. And also we need to find better ways to avoid inference latencies as we are connected with a LLM. Sometimes we experience some issues in that area, so we need to do some improvements. About the new research directions, as I said, we have two alternatives in the canvas to generate the sticky notes, but new interactive techniques could be explored. For example, generate a blending of two ideas, dropping one sticky note on a top of another. Also, we need to measure in some way if the AI, how the AI is increasing the productivity in the teams. And finally, we need to explore the proactive role of the AI, because in our prototype, the role of the AI is reactive, and we can interact with the AI only reactive. So we need to explore the proactive version. For the conclusion, what we need to remember, the Gen AI content was useful for the participants. The role matters. It's not the same have a participant, the AI acting as a participant, that acting as a facilitator. More research about Gen AI within groups is required to try to answer these new questions. And finally, I will be doing a demo during the poster session. So I hope to see you there.
Okay, thank you, Gabriel. That was fantastic. So we have 2 minutes for questions. So Anyone on the call or anyone on Slack? Or anyone in the room?
I have a quick question.
Someone on
Can I
Slack?
talk? Yeah, on Zoom here.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, so on the canvas, after the study, after you're done with this with the participants, how much of the notes on that canvas were generated versus created by users? And what strategies did these users have to basically structure the space and differentiate between the work in between and the final product?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Sure. Like the canvas that resulted from these studies, if you look at it, how did the participants structure the canvas in a way to differentiate between what is generated and what is like maybe user created?
Oh,
They
okay.
asked for differentiation as a feature, but how did they work around it?
I see. Good question. Yes, there is no way in the prototype to differentiate the sticky notes that were created using the private panel from the ones that were created using the other alternative. The main difference here is that with the private alternative, the users have fully control about what they want to share with the rest of the user, but there are not difference in the style of the notes or something like that.
So did you notice any behaviors that people were bothered because some notes were generated and others were from a person?
No, because the rest of the user doesn't need to know from where those sticky notes were created
Okay.
in a private way or in the public way. Maybe sometimes was a kind of obvious because you see a lot of sticky notes created from one moment to another, but there are not special visual
Right.
things to differentiate the notes.
But you think that's something that would be worth adding?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So thank you for a very clear and interesting presentation. So I'm curious about the AI roles. So you said in your study, the AI, you saw the AI was used as a generator and also as a facilitator. So I'm curious if you observed any differences in terms of the effectiveness of the tool or the efficiency of collaboration between these two AI roles.
Yes, good question. Yes, definitely, because the LLM that we are using, we were trying to experiment with different LLMs, aiming to see the better performance. And right now, the LLMs that we use are not good to summarizing ideas, but are good generating content. So yeah, definitely for now, the role of the AI is better when it is a content generator instead of being being a facilitator.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So maybe we should move on. Thank you, Gabriel. That was good.
Thank you.